Two peas
Two
in a
peas in a
bong.
bong.
Two peas in a bong. Two peas
Two
in a
peas in a
bong.
bong.
Two peas and a bong. Two peas and a bong. Two peas.
Two peas
Two
in a
peas
bong.
in a bong.
All right, y'all. Two peas in a bong in the building again. It's your boy DP,
It's your boy KP.
and minus Bong tonight. But he'll be back tomorrow after Monday Night Football. So we'll be going on without him tonight, but maybe he'll pop in the chat. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and get to it.
Hey man, Bong, if you're popping in the chat tonight, you're flagrant. I want you to know that. Enjoy
Hey.
your evening, brother.
Hey, who knows? Who knows?
Oh man. So a lot of games today. A lot of impactful, meaningful games. And first one I want to talk about, or we should discuss, is the Rams and the Buccaneers.
What an anticlimactic night cap with this game. Thought it was gonna be one of them ones, and it was one of them. Was it? Not much to say for me with this one. You know, the Bucks lost their QB, Baker Mayfield, but they were already losing. And it looked like the Rams already had it in the bag. I don't know the extent of Baker Mayfield's injury, but I think they would have lost had he still been in there. It is what it is, man. The Rams are just chugging it along.
Oh, shit.
Hey, Scotty boy, always coming in hot, huh?
Oh man. Yeah, it was
Scotty boy, did you have some bread on him?
oh man, not on them. He had bread on the Rams, man. He's saying the Rams going to the Super Bowl.
No. The way he came in about Baker Mayfield, I'm wondering if he has some bread on him. Yeah, and I was just gonna say the Rams, man. They are looking strong. It's we were talking about the Bucks, the Rams, the Seahawks, and I think we threw the 49ers in there. But it's looking like I'm talking about NFC teams.
Yes.
We said Green Bay. We were talking about Detroit, obviously the Eagles, but I think the stronger two we were saying were the Rams and the Seahawks.
The Seahawks.
But shit, the Rams are taking care of business. So are we saying it's the Rams at this point?
Absolutely.
I don't know. I think the Seahawks get them the second time around. Like I say, I'm gonna stick to my guns and say they split. I think that's what I said last time we spoke about it. But yeah, man, I ain't mad at them, man. They get into it. So
You know, Baker went down, and they were, as you said, they were already getting their butts kicked.
mm-hmm.
Went with Teddy B.
Yeah,
Looked like another
Teddy B
love.
siding.
Looked like another love TKO.
Seems like another love TKO. Why
Uh,
you say it's like another Love TKO?
uh, they had to let it go. The game was out of reach. It was over. You know,
Oh,
I
Andre
I
Towns in the building. He said, "Good win by the Chiefs." We'll get to that one. Yep, yep.
I did think though. So I'll say this on the Buccaneers' second drive, and I've been saying this is the saying in my house, man. We always talk about Cade Otton, the tight end for the Kansas City, not the Kansas City Chiefs, excuse me, for the
For the
Tampa Bay
Bucks.
Buccaneers. For the last couple weeks, I've been saying Cade Otton has been on the wrong side of history, and with some of the plays that have been happening that he's been involved in. And tonight was another one of those plays where Baker Mayfield threw him the pass. He bobbled it. I actually thought that he secured the catch
Mhm.
with his knee on the ground before Kobe Durant, took the ball. They ruled it an interception in a pick six. So I was amazed that call stood.
Hmm.
I really was. I'm not mad at the call. I was actually happy that the call stood, but I was just shocked and surprised that it stood. And at that point, it just seemed like the wind, the wind had been taken out of the sails of the Buccaneers, and the game was over. That ultimately the third drive ended up in a punt, and the Rams scored again. 21-0, and it was a wrap, man. It was a wrap. And I thought about Bong. The Rams got down to the 1 yard line on their first drive, and in typical Matt Stafford fashion and Devontae Adams fashion, they decided to go with that fade route for that
Yeah,
1 yard touchdown pass.
yeah. Um, Stafford is just efficient, not going too crazy with it. Um, this year at least, he's had some crazy games, but it's like nothing over the top. But he's getting it done. He's piling up touchdowns.
DP, I think he's making a push for MVP.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, he's piling up touchdowns,
Yeah,
but it's not numbers that are like blowing you away. You're not like, oh, Matthew Stafford threw for almost 500 yards and 4 touchdowns. Like, it's not those
yeah,
kind of games, but
yeah.
it's the
Efficient
200 something variety, even the 100 something, and you'll get like a few touchdowns in there.
Yeah,
Like, so
efficient and impactful because they're winning.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
No,
So I did like 25 for 35, 273, and 3 touchdowns.
yeah.
I mean, that's a efficient night.
Well, great first half because it was really done in the first half. In the second half, it was much of nothing. You had a field goal. That was it.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, too much time on this game already. It was just like
He's
I
like,
say,
man, cut to the chase.
anticlimactic.
Cut to the chase.
Yeah, it was just not what it was built up to be.
And I mean, speaking of games, man, and anticlimactic. Now let's go to this Dallas Philly, a tale of two halves. Come on, Mr. Dallas Cowboy fan.
Listen, um, I thought this was done.
Whew, you and me both.
21 nothing against Philly. I thought it was over. I thought Philly was gonna start having some of those long drives, eating up the clock, and Dallas still trying to figure out the defense and all of that. But shout out to the worst defense in the league because they kept them in the game, kept giving them opportunities, and special teams, the fumble recovery in the red zone, and Dallas still couldn't score.
in 4 plays from the 7.
Went for it on fourth, and look, I'm gonna say this, and y'all, Bong ain't with us. Bong will be back tomorrow. No, he's gonna talk about what he feels about the game. Why not kick the field goal?
I said the same thing.
It is a gamble, and you're putting pressure on what has been tabbed as the worst defense, yet they still give you an opportunity, right?
Yes.
Play call was cool. CeeDee Lamb dropped the ball again.
Oh my gosh, man. Right in the bread basket.
But listen, you run the risk of something like that happening. There's no guarantee that you gonna score. And let's say it worked out, but what would you have said if Philly went down, got in field goal range, and kicked the field goal? Like, sometimes you gotta just put the points up there, man. And I will say this, man. George Pickens is that nigga. George Pickens is that guy.
Number one.
What's unfortunate about it is George Pickens may be in CeeDee Lamb's head.
Oh, yeah.
Now, there's egos and stuff in sports and football, basketball, baseball, whatever you want to name. Hockey, professional sports, high school sports period. It's ego.
There's ego in haircutting, dog.
Yeah, egos in all kind of professional, kind of professions. If you think you're the best, then you say it with your chest. Now, the thing is this: CeeDee Lamb is, and I cannot even say by all accounts, the number one, but by name and
Dak
salary,
by Dak Prescott.
Whoa! I don't even know if we can say that, and I'll table some of this for when Bong gets back, because when we initially talked about the Cowboys, we were talking about how he did not utilize George Pickens, and that it was a shame that he wasn't going to him more. Now, I don't know if I can say that that's necessarily the case now.
Well, I'll say this to you. 2 things. CeeDee Lamb had 11 targets today. George Pickens had 9.
That's just 2 more targets.
I know. Hold on. That's the first. And then the second thing, when they were in the red zone after they recovered the fumble from the 7-yard line, after Dak Prescott went to CeeDee Lamb and he dropped the pass on 4th down, when Dak Prescott dropped back, he looked at CeeDee Lamb's side first to try to get him the ball. He was covered, and when he went back to scan for George Pickens, it was too late, and George Pickens was hot.
I can't
He didn't look at him first.
Listen, that's eye manipulation. Just because he looked there doesn't mean that he was automatically trying to go to CeeDee Lamb. Okay. People already know that CeeDee Lamb is supposed to be the number one guy. So yes, he's gonna give that look. And if he already has it in his mind, like, I'm trying to let Pickens
develop,
get to work. I mean, didn't you see Geno Smith with his eye manipulation when he threw the touchdown to Genty? There's a linebacker kind of going out in the flat with Genty, and Geno Smith just took a look to the middle. It made him pause, and then he went right to Genty, which is who he was going to go to in the first place. Okay. I mean, so I get what you're saying, but I'm not going to necessarily say that he was set on going to CeeDee Lamb first. And when they need a play, especially a big one, it seems like it's more often than not, George Pickens. He hit CeeDee Lamb on the big play too, but
Yeah.
George Pickens is that guy.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh man, I agree. And hey man, you had a saying when we were playing video games and you were down 21-0.
get off the stick.
Thank you.
Get off
Get
the
off
stick.
the sticks.
Yeah, get off the sticks.
Yeah, this game should have been over. Scotty Boy said FBI
Hey,
investigate.
Scotty Boy calling on the FBI again. Good God.
It's man,
And,
so
and that's what I'm saying.
the
Engineer said, "Why not kick it?" Are you talking about the field goal? That's what I was
about
thinking.
the field goal inside the 7. So here was another part that you didn't mention. I want to mention. Dak Prescott led the Dallas Cowboys down the field in the first half. They got inside the red zone. They're at the 1-yard line. He drops back to pass and threw an interception.
Yeah.
That seemed so heartbreaking for Dallas Cowboy fans. At that point, I'm like, oh, it's over.
But that's why I'm saying you gotta give some credit to everybody's talking about Prescott and Pickens and CeeDee Lamb and whatnot. You gotta give credit to the defense.
Yeah. And the whole game, they hadn't had a sack, but on Philly's last offensive drive, the Dallas defense was able to get a sack.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you could say it was it was a timely sack.
Yeah.
And,
go ahead.
And it allowed for Dallas to get the ball, to be in a position to win the game. Like key takeaways, in that fourth quarter, people forget that. Damn, I'm losing the Brandon Aubrey missed the field goal.
Yeah.
Like, you look like you talk about a bunch of things that were going wrong. Man, there were a ton of things going wrong. Then what's the guy's name on special teams that got the forced fumble?
I don't remember. He's a rookie.
But
go ahead, I'll get to it.
The way that he got like dog walked in the beginning of that play, where he was getting blocked and like to have enough to fight off the block and still run downfield like a man possessed, as these announcers are saying now, playing like his hair's on fire.
Yeah, he definitely got to it. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then forcing the fumble, like, man, that was incredible. Because you look at him early in the play and he's getting his ass kicked. Like that went from a low light to a highlight in a matter of 10 seconds.
Yeah. Let me see if I can get to it for you. And by the way, while we are giving out credit, Javonte Williams is a beast.
Yeah.
He is looking like every bit of what people thought he was going to be coming out of North Carolina. He's tough. And had it not been for an injury, man, you'd probably be singing a different tune about him and how his career could have gone at this point. But he's with the Cowboys now. There was skepticism about the running back room in the offseason, and he's answering all the questions as far as I'm concerned. Once you go beyond him, it's still hazy. Yeah. Malik Davis has been signed, and I don't know what's going on with Blue. But yeah, um, shout out to Javonte Williams, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Nah, absolutely. But yeah, and what you said, man, George Pickens is the number one. And that catch on 2nd and 10 solidified it. When he caught it and put Dallas in, just put him in a position to win the game. I'm not going to say it wasn't the red zone because I believe he got tackled at the 21-yard line. But that was a hell of a play.
yeah. And it was Elijah Clark
Yeah.
who caused the fumble, and
Yeah.
the long snapper is who recovered it.
Mm. So even after snapping the ball and blocking, he's hauling ass getting down the field.
Yeah.
And making that play. Damn.
Yep.
Yeah.
So shout out to them.
I mean, the real question is, man, can Dallas re-sign Pickens? Does he want to stay in Dallas?
Listen, I don't give a shit. You cannot let Pickens go. You got to figure it out.
So is this, hey man? So does the GM Jerry Jones get credit for making this offseason acquisition?
I mean, listen, it's a few things that have happened that have made them better, and it's just there's a lot of issues with the defense that needed to be addressed.
Mm-hmm.
Offensively, it wasn't the only thing. Like I say, people were talking about the running back situation, but I think they were expected to, be one of the teams that could put up some numbers offensively. It was just defensively where there were a lot of question marks. But shit, like Scotty Boy is saying, Pickens is too much of a dog not to be a number one, and I think Dallas knows that too. Don't let him walk. You got to sign him. You have to.
I mean, I hear you. Are they going to be able to? Like,
you can figure it out. You can make it happen. Listen, you would be in a tougher spot had you signed Micah Parsons to a huge deal.
Yeah.
Then you'd really be looking like, how are you going to make it happen? But that didn't happen.
Really freed up the cap space.
Yeah, so so it's a lot of ways to look at this, but I don't want to spend the whole time talking about this. I'm glad they got the W. What I said still stands as far as I'm concerned. If they lose every game outside of the NFC East, just win the NFC East games, please. They are in the driver's seat for the playoffs right now. You do know that, right?
I'm going to it now. I'm pulling up the playoffs.
Well, I can tell you right now, the Eagles lost to the Giants. So they have 2 L's in the NFC East. They have 2 L's in the division. Dallas has 1 to Philly. They split. So Dallas beat Philly. Philly lost to the Giants, lost to Dallas. If Dallas wins out, they win the division. So it's almost like that sorry ass team get into the tournament, the NCAA tournament, because they won their conference championship
on
and get the automatic bid because they just caught fire in their tournament, right?
Yeah.
If they win the division, they're in. And listen, the way the defense is starting to gel, they're starting to play together, get more time, get more reps, more practice, all that stuff. They're going to get better. So people keep talking, but Dallas could be a scary team if they get in the playoffs. I'll leave it at that.
Shout out to you for not mentioning any sorry ass NCAA teams as well.
Hey, Scotty boy, you say Dallas is not winning out, cut it out. Who in the NFC East? I want you to really look at the NFC East. All the other teams are crippled with injuries at this point. The Giants.
Have they played the Giants twice?
No.
I think the Giants can beat them, man.
The Giants.
Jameis Winston at the helm.
The Giants. The Redskins, as I still refer to them as.
The Redskins can't beat them.
I'm just saying, like, you look at the division.
I think Jameis.
Man.
I think Jameis got a couple of trick up his sleeve, man. I think he can.
He said they just trying to keep us engaged till week 17. And then it's gonna all fall apart. When it all falls down. Oh, okay. All right, man.
Still staying on that. Well, this is NFC AFC little mix.
What?
You got the. Oh wait. This is,
I'm like,
I did this wrong. I got to change my cue card. God,
I'm like, wait, what?
God,
when did that happen?
Oh man, what in the world, man?
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
The Chiefs.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Chiefs and the Colts.
Absolutely.
So
wait. I put the wrong one up. God, dog. This is all bad. The boogeyman is alive. And when I say boogeyman, I'm talking about Patrick Mahomes. And how all the teams are hoping they don't get into the playoffs, right? Right now, they are currently 10th in the AFC with a record of 6-5. They're tied with the Texans and the Steelers as teams that are on the outside looking in on the bubble. And they're trying to get in. I still think it's an uphill battle for the Chiefs, but if they can get in, I think that they win the AFC. But
I don't know.
But looking at this game, man, the Colts were up 14-0 or 14-3, 14. Like they were up early.
They were in control of the game.
They were.
It wasn't until the fourth quarter really that the Chiefs kind of kicked it in gear, but it was kind of like the Colts not capitalizing completely on their drives. Like they get in the red zone and then they have to settle for a field goal. Like you can't do that with a team that has the potential to strike like the Chiefs can, whether you think they're a wounded, duck or whatever. Like you just can't keep settling for field goals and think you're going to just walk out the building with the dub. Like score touchdowns.
This was the white woman in the in the horror film where she's trying to get away from the monster or the killer, but she's not running away. She's walking and stumbling. That was the Colts. All you had to do was run away, and you're getting away because the villain is walking after you.
Mm-hmm.
The killer is never running in the movie. Jason is never running. Freddy is never running. Michael Myers isn't running. They're walking, and yet you won't sprint off. So, Colts, you're getting into the red zone, and you're not capitalizing. You're causing fumbles in the red zone. The Chiefs fumbled in the red zone.
Mm-hmm.
You recover the fumble, and then you can't move the ball. So essentially, you have to turn around. You're on a 3 and out, and you punt back, and give the Chiefs another opportunity. So if your offense goes stagnant and you keep punting the ball to the Chiefs, what's going to happen? Eventually, they're going to score. And that's what happened.
Yeah. And engineer says what's crazy is Mahomes didn't throw a touchdown. He didn't, but he threw for like 350 yards. There were some big plays. Rashee Rice had a couple of them. And I think like nine different players caught a pass, and 7 of them caught at least 2. So like they can move the ball. It's just you can't just let them hang in the game, hang around, because it's just, I don't know, it just always seems shit goes in their favor when it's tight games. It just always seems like it does. But Colts, man, y'all if you're gonna be a for real team, like you gotta shut the door on motherfuckers when you have the opportunity to. They look like a complete team, the Colts, I'm saying, at least offensively. Like they look like they are definitely legitimate. They just gotta convert in the red zone.
The their last 4 drives, fourth quarter and overtime, all 3 and outs. You had 4 drives where you got 3 plays, couldn't get 10 yards in 3 plays, and you had to punt. That happened 4 times. That's inexcusable. In the third quarter, you had 2 field goals. Like, if just one of those is a touchdown,
yeah,
maybe it looks different. But
yeah.
it just
Engineer says the problem is if you can stop Jonathan Taylor, Daniel Jones isn't enough to compensate. Man, I mean, it's kind of getting to that point to where you need to see more, right? It was Indiana Jones, this and that, and now it's like when it comes to these types of situations, in particular this game today, it's like you got to be a difference maker.
It's the Blues, dog. This is the Blues. It's the Blues of the Indianapolis Colts. Looks like that same blue that Daniel Jones was wearing as a New York Giant. It's that same damn blue. The stench is, we starting to get that old stench of Daniel Jones and who he really is. When he started though,
they
it
looked like they were gonna win.
Yeah, it looked like he turned over a new leaf.
Yeah.
And it was like, damn, I didn't know Daniel Jones was this good. But yeah, that blue is starting to look real familiar.
Yeah. Engineer says Colts benefited from an easy early schedule. Now the tougher teams in the schedule are coming up. We were talking about that last time, right? And I think they were one of the teams that we went over. Engineer, they got your squad next, and that's one of the things I was saying. So it's back to it was 3 games in a row. That's what it was. Kansas City, Houston, and the Jaguars. So all of those being, obviously some AFC games. So kind of give you an idea of how they stack up against some of the teams that are kind of still in it. But speaking of not closing the door on teams when you have them in a compromising situation, we were just talking about the Colts not converting in the red zone. The door is open for your squad, Engineer. the Texans. They are still in the mix. Um,
Yeah.
and
Gosh.
Scotty Boy is saying the Colts are pretenders. They not making no noise. Engineer, I need to hear from you, the resident Texans fan. Are the Texans pretenders? Or are they gonna make a legitimate run, get in the playoffs, and make some noise? Let me know something. Um, but yeah, they're up next, and then for the Colts, and then the Colts play the Jaguars.
Hmm.
So if they win, those two games, it's kind of creating some separation for them in terms of these AFC teams, I would say. But go ahead, KP.
Oh no, I'm looking at the comments. Scotty Boy said something, and so did Engineer.
Scotty Boy says they're big pretenders, but engineers on the other side of the fence. After Thursday's game, I've restored faith in the team.
Yeah, Engineer wasn't. You
Tell
weren't
Scotty
believing
Boy
in
to go
him.
back to his parlays.
On Monday, Bong and I were on here, and I believe we both said that we believed that the Texans were going to beat the Bills on Thursday night, and you weren't sold.
Engineer was in the Discord and wasn't sold.
Yeah.
And I was telling him, like, look, it looks like they about to pull this out. And he said, God willing. I said, it looks like he's willing. It looks like he's willing tonight. And they came through. So, and he's saying that, Davis Mills is doing enough. You know what I'm saying? Davis Mills is doing enough.
Yeah, with that defense. Like he's a game manager.
Okay.
Anthony Davis Mills.
Oh man, they're top 5, right? The
The
Texans.
defense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then in other games, man, we had the Lions and the Giants. Gibbs and takes.
Man. Detroit, what's going on, man? Why are y'all going to overtime with the Giants?
Why it was a Wanye sighting, man. Wanye came back.
I mean, it's the past, I would say, few games. It's kind of been up and down for Detroit. And going down the stretch, man, you got to start putting shit together and catch your stride going into the playoffs, because, before you know it, it'll be week 17, and it's time for some real action.
Yeah.
And going to OT with the Giants is just that's not a good look.
You're not gonna be able to outscore everybody. Like just relying on your offense.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to get key stops. Like you look at their stats. Jahmyr Gibbs rushed for 219 yards. Like
Gibbs is a problem.
no, he is, but I'm
And
saying he rushed for 219. Amon Ra received for 149.
Yeah.
And
But Gibbs got busy in the what's the name game also.
no, I'm saying all that to say you still were in a dogfight. Generally, if your best two offensive players go crazy, that's going to be a win and probably going to be a blowout. But this took every bit of overtime.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. You can't you just can't.
Against the Giants, no disrespect to Jameis Winston, he's playing well. This is their third string quarterback. This is like, they're
Man,
they're
hey, Russell
can
Wilson he's not getting any love, huh?
no. You know,
They've
this
seen
is no
enough.
this is no Cam Scatterboo. This is no Malik Neighbors. It's not they don't have their weapons.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're still struggling and your offensive guys went off. Yeah, that's tough, man.
Yeah. Yeah, they got some figuring out to do. I'll say that. Um, Gibbs didn't have the best game. I expected him to have a big game because uh, they struggled against Philly. I think that was his worst game. Uh, and that was what, last week, right? When they played Philly. Wasn't that last week's game? Detroit,
Uh
and that was a Sunday night game, right?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean I expected them to I expected him to have a big game, but I definitely didn't expect him to be going to OT with the Giants. Um and here's the thing about, and I don't have much else to say about this, is I was saying, man, Detroit is going to win that division. They're going to win the NFC North. You have the Bears who are quietly just stacking the wins together.
Finding ways to
And
win.
even if you believe that they're not the strongest team, right? They may sneak away with the division. And now Detroit, like if y'all don't get it together, you're going to be scratching and clawing for a wild card spot.
And honestly, right now, DP, as you say that, Detroit is on the outside looking in.
But okay, and this is what makes it worse. And I'm not going to go back into, I'm saying for a team like them, I'm not going to go back into this. But if Dallas happens to win the division, now you have a team like the Eagles who are taking another one of those slots
Yeah.
because they're, for all intents and purposes, people believe they're the strongest one, at least one of the strongest NFC teams. But if they don't win their own division, now you got Dallas taking one of those slots. Guess what? If they're in the field with the rest of the teams, Detroit is not looking good.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
They're already on the outside looking
Look,
in, and they're
Scotty,
7-4.
Scotty Boy says the Bears. Give me a break, Scotty Boy. That's what I was thinking too. But you got to look at how it's lit. Look, man. The Lions need to not leave any doubt, is what I'm saying. They need to get it together and start smacking people.
And it's what engineer said. The Bears, they're winning. Caleb Williams completed 50% of his passes today, and they still won against the Steelers. Like, they're finding ways to win in spite of the quarterback play. It's not always good,
Yeah.
but they're getting victories.
So and then they play the Packers next. The Lions do.
Mm-hmm.
Then they play Dallas.
The Packers play the Lions.
Yes.
Okay. And then who
Then-
plays Dallas?
Then this is the Lions schedule.
Okay.
The-
Gotcha.
The Packers play the Packers next.
Mm-hmm.
Then they play Dallas.
Mm.
Then they play the Rams.
So we're about to find out if they're in or if they're out very, very soon.
Okay. They closed the season with 2 divisional games. So it depends on how it's looking at that point, but they got Minnesota and then they got the Bears the very last game. So it could come down to the Bears, them playing the Bears to see who, that very last game to see who wins it. So Scotty Boy, I know you're saying the Bears give you a break, but
They'll,
Scotty boy, you're asking. He's saying how many games do the Cowboys need to win to get in the playoffs? They just need to win every one of every divisional game that they have left. Every NFC East game that they have left, if they win it, they win the NFC East. Right now, the Eagles have 2 L's. They lost to the Giants and they lost to the Cowboys. The Cowboys only loss is to the Eagles. So they split with them. If they beat everybody else, they win the division and a playoff spot. So
one of the things, there was a comment made earlier. Brandon Howlam said people look at Gibbs and think maybe we should take Jeremiah Love in the first. Talking about, and Jeremiah Love is the running back for Notre Dame.
Love is
That's an
a
interesting
beast.
comparison. That's a really interesting comparison, and
Hey, he's a dynamic playmaker.
oh, he is. I wonder if that is the case. I'm gonna
Depends on the team.
I'm gonna have to continue to look at that, but I think that's a interesting it's an interesting comment and observation that you're making right now based on that. And I talked about the touches of David Montgomery. Had 5 rushes today, and Jahmyr Gibbs had 15. So they're looking, they're saying, nah, we gonna
but what point does that make? Those motherfuckers went to overtime with the Giants. That did what?
Hey,
that
no.
didn't bode what I mean, it didn't play into them like smacking nobody. They went into OT with the Giants.
It didn't smack them, but they're changing the touch distribution.
And what I'm saying to you is, I hear you, but that didn't result in. That didn't really make a difference. Like, yes, Gibbs. It didn't. Kevin Gibbs has had numbers. Why don't you like to look at numbers? Go look at what he's done over the season. Regardless, he's had big games.
No, that's why I said he should be getting the lion's share of the touches.
Yes, but he's been doing it even with the split distribution that they had with Montgomery before. Is what I'm saying to you. It really what difference did this make today? They went into OT with the Giants.
Hey man, if they split it and it's 7-8, they lose. It was 15-5, they won.
Man, that's just you just throwing stuff out there. Like,
it was 15-5, man.
You just throwing stuff out there. If he had 7 carries, they lose, and you know that because come on, man. Like, nah. They listen. I'm with Engineer. He said those Giants need to know their place and continue losing. Like, no, Detroit, you should you gotta smack teams that you're supposed to beat. But a win is a win. They got the W. It goes down as a win, so it doesn't hurt them in any fashion. Like, they got the dub. So, and Brendan Hallam says Gibbs walked into a situation with a great O line though. Yeah, and to that point, Brendan Hallam, that's what I'm saying. It depends on the team, right? And I think like you look at the Raiders with Ashton Genty, and they take him, but where they really set up is the O line. Is it a beefy O line? Pause. Is it an O line that's going to be creating space and holes for him to get busy? What was that stat where? I don't remember the exact stat, but he has been hit in the backfield more often than any other running back, I think. Like, so it was something crazy. They said it when they were playing. What was it, Monday night or whenever? I have to look up the stat, but it was something crazy. But
he could barely get the handoff.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like, so to this point that Brendan Hallam is saying, he had a great O line. It depends on the team. Like, do they already have the makeup of, okay, if we just get a running back like Love and just plug him in there, and now he can make plays, great. But if it's a shoddy O line and you've got other problems, then maybe you address something else. So,
absolutely.
Look, there's spaces and holes.
Yeah.
Paul, hey, did I not say pause?
And
Hey,
then
I meant to say
you,
pause if
you
I
started
did.
with the first word and you changed the whole word. Like, I ain't even gonna say that again.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah,
Man,
look.
so the Jaguars and the Cardinals, man, had a game today. And in spite of 3 interceptions thrown by Trevor Lawrence, the Jaguars still found a way to win in overtime, 27-24. Any takeaways from this game?
Um, not really. Uh I saw Trevor Lawrence. It was kind of like much of the same. Uh does this tell me that the Jaguars are for real or anything like that? Not necessarily. Um Trevor Lawrence threw 3 picks, 3 touchdowns. It's making some plays, but then doing things where it's like, what are you doing? Like, it's still some give and take. And for someone who you're considering to be a franchise quarterback, now people are gonna start. It's not now they're gonna start. They have already been asking those questions, like, you know, is he who the Jags thought he was?
John Kitna. I'm gonna keep saying it.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know if it's. I'm not saying that. You know, shout out to John Kitna. You know, all I'm saying is it's kind of one of those things where engineers said you have to about Daniels. I'm not Daniels about Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
That you have to start making plays, right? You have to start showing that you can take charge and
That
you
you're a
can be a
franchise
difference
quarterback.
maker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you're a franchise quarterback. When your team needs you to step up as the QB and make some plays, like you gotta get to it.
Yeah.
And they're actually leading. Those are the 2 teams that are leading the AFC South. And if the questions are about their quarterbacks, you know, you have Houston, looming right behind them at 3.
Mm-hmm.
And these teams are getting ready to play each other. Houston has a chance, and then Stroud could be coming back, but some people have questions about him as well. Like, so I don't know. I can't. It's almost like what a difference a week makes, because you think if the Colts come into this week and beat the Chiefs, you wouldn't be talking about, oh, what's going on with the AFC South. Most people would probably be like, hey man, the Colts have control. It's
Yeah.
looking like they're gonna, run away with this, and they can really put their foot on the other team's necks in these next 2 games. But here we go.
Couple things, man.
Here we go.
Hit it with the what's the scenario?
No, with
Oh.
that Dak Prescott.
Oh.
Here we go.
So I mentioned John Kitna, and let me just clarify that. John Kitna played for 4 different franchises, right? He was with Seattle first, and he was hurt for the first 2 seasons. Then he had some, then he had 2 he had some okay seasons. Went to Cincinnati, went to Detroit, then finished his career in Dallas. So when I think about John Kitna, I think of a good quarterback, a solid quarterback, but I don't think of a franchise quarterback. That's my reason why I'm saying John Kitna.
Yeah, but John Kitna was not okay. Where was Trevor Lawrence drafted?
He was 1. He was number 1.
And where was Kitna drafted? Like, this is a completely different situation. Like
No,
that's why there's way more pressure.
I understand, but I understand that they're drafted in different spots. I'm talking about what I see them talent wise and what they've achieved as players.
Yeah, but you started talking about Kitna's journey and all of that
No,
stuff.
oh,
So I
because
understand what you're saying
I don't want to say
performance wise.
I'm not saying that because I don't want it to sound like I'm saying Kitna's a bum because I'm not calling Kitna a bum. I'm just saying he wasn't a franchise quarterback. He's a good quarterback. And I'm saying that about Trevor Lawrence. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback. I think he's a good quarterback. I think that he may be able to help a team or he may be able to groom the next quarterback. I don't know, but building around him, I don't think he's the quarterback to build around.
Okay.
But in looking at them, yeah, the at this game, the Cardinals, man,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the Cardinals. Like the Cardinals are
man,
headed for what's their record?
they're 3-8.
Yeah. I mean,
But
come on.
the Cardinals could have won. They can't run the ball.
Yeah, who said Brandon Hallam said that? He said the
Yeah.
Cardinals running backs can't get 30 yards in a game anymore.
Yeah, I mean, but it's unfortunate they did lose their
The
top
two. Yeah, they lost the top two.
Top two.
And I was thinking Trey Benson was going to come back. I don't, they put him on IR. I didn't know how long it was going to be, but don't even come back now. Like, it's no point. Like, just get healthy and go back at it next season. Like, this is complete tear down rebuild. Like, the only bright spot is, well, I'm not gonna say, huh?
You got a couple.
I was gonna say it. That's why I say I'm not gonna say the only. Like, your tight end
Trey McBride
is getting busy,
and Michael Wilson these last two games.
and Wilson has not just the last two. Like, he was sneaky good. He's been sneaky good this season. Wilson, I'm saying. But I mean, listen. When we say the Arizona Cardinals, we've already talked too much about them.
Yeah. Y'all see the theme for tonight's show, y'all. DP don't want to spend no time talking about a team that ain't worth being talked about.
Listen, and I'm not shitting. Listen, I'm not shitting on any of these professional athletes. I'm just saying they can't get it together this season. This ain't their year. And we talking about the Jags and the Cardinals. And are we giving the Jaguars some brownie points for beating the Cardinals?
No.
Like, yeah, so let's next game.
Browns.
Yeah, I'd rather talk about the Browns and the Raiders. There's some both of these teams stink this year, but there's some different storylines, right?
Yeah. Shedeur shows Stefanski.
And listen, it wasn't a crazy like Shedeur Sanders just was out there tearing shit up. It wasn't that type of game. It was his first start, short week, getting reps with the first team and all that. And he did what he knows he can do. Like, they haven't broken his confidence despite all these tricks that they've pulled and all this bullshit that they put him through. Like, he should have been gotten an opportunity to start. Or at the very least, should have been gotten an opportunity to have some practice reps with the first team. Like, what are we doing? No practice reps?
Yeah.
And that's one thing Bong was talking about last time. It's like you haven't even given him the opportunity to practice with your ones. Who knows what could happen if he's the backup quarterback? Like, just don't make sense, right? Well, actually, it does make sense because it seems like Stefanski does not want him to succeed. That's what it looks like.
even so the first two touchdowns that the Browns scored,
Oh,
they decided to run the
listen.
Wildcat
Hey, yo.
as as opposed to putting Shador in a position to lead the charge and get, a passing touchdown, a rushing touchdown,
Yes.
whatever it is,
Yes.
but leading the
Chat.
charge.
Chat.
They
Do you guys know because I haven't seen enough of the Browns games to know whether this is something they do when they get in the red zone.
it was something they did today.
And I'm asking
Yeah,
because I don't want to just speak on it like they're doing it just because Shador. If this isn't something that if this is something that they usually do,
nah, they were doing that because of Shador.
I got the
That's what-
vibe that
yeah.
that's what it was. Like, I don't want him to get the glory.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. Which is why it was so liberating to see him throw a screen pass.
hey, an engineer says it. He says, as a proud Judkins owner, I confidently tell you this is not what they do. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that shit was looking mad fishy.
Yeah.
Make it more. Can you make it more obvious?
Yeah,
I'm glad you said that, KP.
Yeah, it was it was despicable. Like, absolutely despicable. So the score is 17-3. It's the fourth quarter, and Shador.
Hey, Brandon Allen. Wait, I'm sorry. When I asked about the Browns games, Brandon Hallam said no one can ask. No one's ever watched the Browns game. Oh,
But
shit.
yeah, shout out to Dylan Sampson for catching that pass. I believe he's a rookie as well. Dylan Sampson catching the pass.
Oh, he got out of there.
And got 66 yards.
He got out of there.
You know what? He didn't get the memo.
What, like, you supposed to go down when the
You're supposed to go out of bounds. Yeah. He didn't get the memo, man. Yeah, the shit was like shit. What movie was that? Varsity Blue. Varsity Blues. You get inside the 5, you take the black running back out, put the white running back in, let him run in. Like, yeah, it was one of those things, man. We do not want Shador throwing down passes.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And listen, I think he only gets better. Who was that asked? Did we think the Raiders would beat, or did we think that the Browns would beat the Raiders? And I think it was who's next on their schedule?
Who against who? Who's next?
No, it was somebody who asked, do you think Shador gets the Raiders and the Titans? That's who it was. The Titans.
Oh,
somebody in the chat asked last time, do you think
the
Raiders?
Yeah. They got the 49ers next week. They got the Titans on the 7th of December.
Yeah. So, hey, if what's going on with Gabriel? I'll ask that. What's going on with Gabriel? Because if he's in concussion protocol, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if he clears, then he's probably gonna get the starting gig back.
Yeah, won't clear him against the 49ers. Gabriel sit this one out. We're gonna let Shador get washed against the 49ers, and then we'll bring you back against the Titans.
And what if he doesn't, though?
What if he doesn't get washed against the 49ers?
Yes.
Let me say this. The way that Cleveland's defense is and how Myles Garrett is playing.
Listen.
They've got a chance.
They do, right?
It's just Shador needs more reps.
But you don't. So it's the it can go another way as well, which is you don't have enough tape on him to know all his tendencies and all of that stuff. So it could be one of those things where, you know, he just balls out,
True.
has a good game.
And it's in Cleveland. So, the fans are going to be on his side.
What if, okay, if they don't, let's say they just keep it close and don't get the dub? Is that still enough to say you need to still, and Shador has a solid game?
Okay, that's what I was going to ask next.
Yeah, he had.
Does he have any turnovers? Because he had a bad one this past week against
He
the
might.
Okay.
He might.
They should play him, and they should give him the nod against the Titans, but they're not. And they're not because they have to make it make sense. Everything that they've done to this point with the quarterbacks. And if he somehow gets the nod over Gabriel at some point in the season, everything they've done now looks like you tried to sabotage this guy and you couldn't break him.
Oh yeah,
and if you would have just built him up and understood what you had, you're probably further along. Like, Myles Garrett is losing games week in and week out. You've sacrificed Myles Garrett and his career because you're trying to teach this player a lesson.
The Browns are losing games week in and week out. Myles Garrett isn't losing them. The Browns are.
Okay. But I'm saying he's in the press conferences pissed.
Yeah.
Every week. Angry.
As he should be.
No, he should. But it's like at one point, Shador, it was a debate. Who's going first? Is it going to be Cam Ward or Shador Sanders?
But that's why the question was posed, like, do you think he gets the Raiders because they passed on him, right?
Yeah.
And with the Tom Brady connection and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And then do you think that he gets the Titans because they had the number 1 overall pick? There was that, which one do you take? And then they went with Cam Ward instead of Shador Sanders.
They went with Cam Ward, but it was the whole, I'm just going to say it was the whole collusion thing. So nobody took him. They're all complicit at this point.
True. I'm just saying that whoever that was last week that asked that question was asking because of that. Because the buildup of which quarterback is better. Is it Cam Ward or Shador?
I would love to see him go head to head with Cam Ward. I would love to see it. I just don't think the Browns are going to allow it.
Okay.
Well, because now, because you mentioned the 49ers, right? Let's say he does well against the 49ers. Now let's say when they play the Titans, he outplays Cam Ward. Now what do you say? Now how does it look? How does it look to all the teams that passed on him other than the Giants? And the only reason I'm saying the Giants is because of, Jackson Dart looks pretty good. He looks like he's going to be all right in New York.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's got to learn how to slide and avoid taking those hits.
Mm-hmm.
But he's going to be all right.
Before we move on from this, Scotty Boy said, I got a question for y'all. Do you think the Browns moving on from Shador will ultimately help him in his career to get away from that tough division? I don't I don't know if they'll I don't know if they'll move on from him.
They're not
Right.
going to move on from him.
Yeah, I
He's the
don't
golden goose.
yeah, I don't know if they'll move on from him.
Do you have him, what is it, 4 years, $6 million or something like that? It was like a 4-year, $6 million contract.
But what I will say is I do think it would help him to get in a situation where the team is actually behind him and wants to see him do well. Especially from the top in terms of coaching, from the top down, if you don't even have the support of your head coach,
Yeah.
like it's just not a good situation in general. So it would benefit him to be on a team that actually wants him. You
It
know what I'm
is
saying?
it's not, but it seems like he has the love of the players.
And yeah, and he's saying, but not to play him. What's the point of keeping him? Yeah, I agree with you. Like,
The
what's the point of doing all of the shit that they've done with him this year? Right?
Scotty
Like,
Boy. Oh, I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
Scotty Boy, the point in keeping him is he's the golden goose. His jerseys are gonna sell. He's gonna attract people to come to the games. Um, like he's got star power, and you don't have to pay that much for him. He's got a player-friendly contract. It's 4 years, $6 million. So you're paying him pennies, and he's generating much more than that for your team. So that's the point in keeping him. We're going to plaster him all over the place. We're going to put him on billboards. We're going to do all this stuff, and the people are going to come out and support.
Yeah. And remember, the Saints, he's saying he'd turn the Saints up if he was a Saint. Yeah, they had a chance to draft him and they didn't.
Yeah.
So,
Shucks.
Yeah.
But he has the support of the players, man. Did you see that goofy thing that Jerry Jeudy did today?
Oh my God.
Like, Jerry Jeudy, man, what are you doing, dog? You stopped in the middle of the play on the field.
Man, I don't. Anyway, I drafted Jeudy. Didn't even want to go into it. I drafted Jeudy, and I've said this before. This is on wax. I constantly, for the past few years, was like, this is Jeudy's year, and I kept drafting him in fantasy drafts. Like, nope, he's gonna get busy. Nope. And I don't think it matters. The QB, it's I don't know.
He's becoming the enigma.
I mean, he has the ability. Like, it's
that's why I'm saying that.
And look, the Browns QB situation isn't the best, but then you see what happens with Flacco going to Cincinnati, and he's feeding those receivers. So it's like, why couldn't that be done with Jeudy in Cleveland?
Jeudy was dropping the Flacco passes and was, man, he turned into Fabio, dog. He had the butter on the fingers. He's dropping he's giving the passes. Flacco had interceptions because Jeudy decided to pass the ball to the defenders out of his hands.
Scotty Boy said I was about to crash out. Hey, Scotty Boy, I had to pause a couple times, man, because
he went into his Carl Winslow.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
1, 2, 3. What the heck is bothering me? No, yeah. Like, anyway. Yeah, man. When I don't have nothing good to say, I just kind of be like, yeah. Anybody else got something to say? Shout out to Jeudy, man. I hope y'all turn the corner. You and the Browns, man.
Oh man, another game, man. We talking about them. The Bears and the Steelers. What
Um,
a difference a day makes.
well, I mean, is it just a day or is it a season? Like,
It's it's a day because before today, uh the Steelers seemed like they were in the driver's seat to win the division. And after today, the Baltimore Ravens have now crept up and have taken over first place in the division.
yeah, but we
Now,
were
this might
saying that
be games
Baltimore. We were just saying that though. Like,
but it hadn't happened. We like
okay,
it,
but
you
it
know,
was it was possible, plausible, like
absolutely.
imminent. Like,
Yeah.
it's I'm not surprised. I'll say that.
They still got to play each other.
Yeah.
Um, but right now, the
The,
Steelers have
the Steelers are also with, you know,
worked their way out of the playoffs.
listen, do with this what you will. The Steelers are also without Aaron Rodgers.
True.
Some people will say, and, but they're without Aaron Rodgers. So, they're I don't know how many games they're gonna have to play without their starting quarterback. But you know, is Tomlin's winning season situation in jeopardy?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, we'll have to see.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, my man Mason Rudolph. Mm.
Yeah, so they played the Bears today, and I think we went over their schedule last time.
Talking about Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. They
Yeah.
played the Bears today. They play Buffalo next.
Yeah.
Then they have to turn around and play Baltimore.
Yeah. That's 2 L's.
Okay. And they play Baltimore the last game of the season too.
I think they'll win one. I think they'll split with Baltimore.
All right. Well, remember, this was one of those games where I was saying these last week 18 games where sometimes teams are sitting players and not playing them because they got the division sewn up and all of that stuff. I was saying, hey, this bodes well for all you people who are making your fantasy league playoffs because your top guys will likely still be playing
Yeah.
because there's still something to play for.
Yeah, if you're Pittsburgh, yeah, you ain't sitting shit. You like, nah, man. Oh, you got a bruised finger? Tape it up. Oh, you've got a broken ankle? Yeah, we're gonna need you out there.
Yeah.
You got to play through everything, man.
I just saw Scotty Boy's comment.
The-
You talking about Rudolph?
Huh?
You talking about Rudolph?
What? I didn't.
Talking about Mason Rudolph?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, they're in Pittsburgh's in trouble, man. Like this was with the Browns being dysfunctional, Cincinnati losing their quarterback early, Baltimore losing Lamar Jackson, and them being in disarray. You were supposed to have a big enough cushion to where you could hold off everybody else when they came back, they were healthy and got things together. And you found a way to squander that. Like there was the game against the New England Patriots where they turned the ball over. Hold on. Let me make sure because I think maybe I'm saying
And
that.
this is Pittsburgh you're talking about, right?
No, I'm sorry. They beat the Patriots. The Patriots lost that game, so excuse me. Yeah, I'm talking about Pittsburgh. Yeah. It's just like you squandered games. You squandered the game to the Bengals when you lost 33-31. It was in week 2. They squandered the game to the Seahawks when they had the kickoff where the player let the ball go into the end zone and didn't get the ball to down it. They allowed Seattle to recover the ball for a touchdown. And I think the Seahawks got like 2 touchdowns in 7 seconds or 10 seconds. It was something crazy. But it's like you let a couple of those games just get away, and now you're in a position where the rest of these games matter, and you can't afford to let anything get away.
Well, I mean, they were going to matter anyway because of the 2 late divisional games that they have against. Even if it went the way we expected it to be, their last game is against Baltimore, and they have another one coming up against Baltimore.
I understand that, but I'm okay. And I said 2 games. I'll say 3 because you hold Caleb Williams to 50% completions, and you still lose that game. So you have so if you play the Baltimore Ravens twice, and let's say you lose to them twice, that's still 3 games that are on the winning column that aren't on the losing column. Now you're in a situation where your record isn't as good as your record. You're tied with the Ravens, and everything matters. I'm saying you could be 3 games ahead of the Ravens right now if you would have just taken care of business early in the season and not let those games get away.
But what I'm saying to you is the games you're talking about we have to look at this like the full scope of it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are against NFC teams. So that breakdown comes if you guys have a pretty much the same type of record in division, then you go and see opponents that you face who all that type of stuff. So, but it doesn't create separation for them in the division.
I get that, but I'm saying if you're 9 because right now they're 6-5, but if you're 9-2, let's say you lose the games to the Ravens in the division,
then you could be in trouble. You could be looking at the same situation the Eagles are looking at.
But I'm saying to you, DP, even if you lose those games, you still got 9 wins. You win. You get 2 more wins based on your schedule, right? You beat. Let's see. You have the Dolphins, and let's say you beat the Browns. That's 11 wins. That would be enough to get you in. You don't have to have home field advantage, but you're in. You just want to get in. Right now, they're not even in a situation where they can just get in.
Yeah, I know. So, and you were, but when you were saying, oh, it would have created separation for them, and you were comparing them to the Ravens.
Yes, but
what I'm saying to you is they had taken an L to. Didn't they lose to Cincinnati?
They did.
Right.
That was one of the games where I said you can't let that one get away. The 33-31. That's one of the 3.
Well, I heard. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
because I know you said something about New England, and then I heard you talking about what they did with the Bears, and I'm like, okay, well,
yeah, I said New England was the one I got wrong because they beat New England. It was Seattle, the Bears.
Yeah, that's like Seattle. You said Seattle, the Bears.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in Cincinnati.
The Cincinnati one, I think, would be more importance, more immediate importance to them because they fuck around and lose to the Ravens both of these games, and they're in trouble.
No, they are. I think they're in trouble either way.
Not if they beat them, then they're gonna win the division.
If they beat them, then they're in trouble. If they lose, then they're in trouble.
If they beat them, then they're in trouble. Not if they beat them, then they're gonna win the division. Not if they beat them, then they're gonna win the division. But if they don't, then they're in trouble. That's why I'm saying they are also, and their record isn't even as good as the Eagles.
No, it's
Because then all of the things you're talking about with those teams outside of their division, it becomes an at large, so to speak, type of deal.
yeah.
Then you start talking about that stuff. So if you can't take care of business at home first, meaning in your division first, then you have to hope you have a good enough record to beat out some of the other teams that you're going to be, pinned up against to determine who gets the nod. So, I mean, you got to get all the dubs that you can get, but if we're saying that their Tomlin's winning season is in jeopardy, then that means that they may not be a playoff team.
I think it is in jeopardy, man.
I'm just saying, because then you go to the Colts. If the Colts don't win and they have a better record, but somebody like the Chiefs ends up taking that, now you're looking at the Colts, who may get the nod over somebody like Pittsburgh. But anyway, man, like, yeah. I didn't see the tush push deal. He said, shout out to the Steelers for finally doing something creative with the tush push.
Oh, it was the fake. It was a
Okay.
fake that resulted into a touchdown. Yeah.
I thought that was the Ravens.
Nah, the
Steelers did that?
Yeah, they did that today.
Oh, okay. Oh, Brandon Howland says the Steelers aren't making the playoffs 100%. Okay. Yeah.
And who was the guy that yeah, it was Jalen. Was it Jalen? No, it was Gainwell. It was Kenneth. I think it was Kenneth Gainwell.
He's Scotty Boy, man. Hey, Scotty Boy, say it with his chest, huh? Oh shit. Hey, Scotty Boy and Brandon Howland be having me dying, man. That should be funny. But what we got, man?
I mean, that's pretty much it for the games, man. Just couple of things. There was a Kirk Cousins sighting. I don't know if anybody saw, but Kirk Cousins got the nod to start today with Michael Penix Jr. being out for the season. So Kirk Cousins was in there and got the dub, man, against the New Orleans Saints. And let me say this. It didn't look pretty. He looked shaky, baby, in spots. But
first,
nonetheless, he got the dub. So
two touchdowns, 1 interception.
Yeah.
Almost 70% completion, 16 for 23.
Engineer said, gotta give it a segment, man. I need a segment for this, man. I gotta call it something, man. Okay. I'll work on that, engineer. And then we got JSN getting busy today.
Yeah. Man. Who are the receiving leaders? He's leading in yards, so 1,313 yards. Second, who do you think is second receiving?
It's your boy for the George
Pickens.
Yeah.
And then Puka Nacua is about to crack 1,000 also. Receptions though, it's JSN. He's got 80, but McBride has 80, and so does Puka Nacua. And the crazy thing is Pickens has 67 to their 80, so that lets you know he's just making
the deep threat,
big plays.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Does JSN receive for 2,000 yards this year?
how many games they got left?
They have 6.
I think he does.
Yeah, it's looking attainable, man.
Yeah, I think he does. Yeah, I think he does.
Yeah, they got 6 more games.
Yeah, man. That's
And
he needs a little less than 100 in each. But then the thing is,
not
how does
a little more,
huh?
right? A little more than 100.
No, he's got 13. He's got 1,300 and what does he have? 13.
Yeah, he's got
13. Yeah, so he needs a little more. Yeah, so he needs a little more. Um, yeah.
he's got the Vikings next week. The Falcons actually have a good secondary defensively. He gets Sauce Gardner on the 14th.
Yeah, but
He's
where
got
do they stand when it comes to the end? Like, do they have to go the full 17 games? They have to play it out, you know?
I think they will,
Okay.
because they're not right now, they're not leading the division. They're chasing the Rams.
Yeah, it's a lot. You know what? It just seems like there's just more parity, man. Like it's you can't call it. It's going down to the wire. And in more than one situation. So yeah. Um very possible. I think he does it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he does it.
And that's all I got, brother.
All right. Well, shit. Tomorrow, Bong should be back in the building. Obviously expect some Cowboys talk because he wasn't on here to express his views and opinions about that, and that's why I tabled some of what I had to say because I'm sure he's gonna be talking about it. But we shall see. Appreciate y'all rocking with us as always. The usuals up in here, we didn't have Alf today, but shout out to Scotty Boy, shout out to Engineer, shout out to Brandon Hallam. Y'all always rocking with us, man. We appreciate it. I think we had Andre Townsend earlier too, but that was early. I don't know if he stuck around, but appreciate you as well. And we gonna get on up out of here, man, and probably see y'all tomorrow. All right, so 2 peas in a bong. We out. KP with the motherfucking balloons.